September 24th episode of Married at First Sight UK delivered one of the most uncomfortable wedding ceremonies in the show's history. Leigh and Leah's wedding was supposed to be a groundbreaking moment for the series, the first lesbian couple to tie the knot on Married at First Sight UK. Instead, viewers witnessed a painful display of one-sided attraction that left everyone cringing and questioning whether this match was doomed from the very first moment. When Leah first laid eyes on Leigh at the altar, her face lit up with genuine excitement. She was clearly attracted to her bride and felt optimistic about what the experts had arranged. Leah told the cameras she felt hopeful about their match and was ready to give this experiment her all. Her enthusiasm was infectious, and for a moment, it seemed like the experts had gotten it right. But Leigh's reaction told a completely different story. While Leah was beaming with attraction, Leigh was internally panicking. She admitted to the cameras that she felt absolutely no physical spark when she saw Leah. The disappointment was written all over her face, even though she tried to hide it during the ceremony itself. Leigh's concerns went deeper than just physical attraction. She questioned whether Leah had the kind of masculine energy she was typically drawn to. In a brutally honest confession to the cameras, Leigh said, "Am I going to fancy her? And in this moment, I don't feel like I do." Those words basically summed up the entire problem with this match. While one bride was falling for the other, the feeling wasn't mutual at all. If the altar moment was awkward, the wedding photo shoot was downright painful to watch. Everything seemed to be going fine until the photographer asked the couple to share a kiss for their wedding photos. This is normally a sweet moment that couples enjoy, but for Leigh and Leah, it became the most uncomfortable part of their entire wedding day. Leigh flat out refused to kiss Leah. She didn't try to soften the blow or make an excuse. She just said no in front of everyone. The photographer, the wedding guests, and, most importantly, Leah herself all witnessed this very public rejection. You could see the shock and hurt on Leah's face as she realised her new wife didn't even want to kiss her for their wedding photos. This wasn't just about a kiss. It was about Leigh making it crystal clear that she wasn't attracted to Leah and wasn't going to pretend otherwise. While you can appreciate her honesty, the timing and public nature of the rejection was brutal. Leah had been nothing but enthusiastic and positive about their match, only to be shot down in front of everyone on what was supposed to be one of the happiest days of her life. The moment highlighted just how mismatched these two women were. Leah was ready to embrace the experiment and build something with Leigh, while Leigh was already checking out mentally and emotionally. The photo shoot rejection became a symbol of everything that was wrong with this pairing. Things didn't get any better when the cameras followed the couple to their wedding night. Most Married at First Sight couples use this time to get to know each other better and start building intimacy. But Leigh had other plans. She told Leah that she wanted to sleep in separate rooms because she felt uncomfortable sharing a bed. Leigh was honest about her feelings, admitting that she was questioning whether she had made a mistake by participating in the experiment at all. She seemed to regret her decision to go on the show and was already thinking about backing out. This wasn't just about needing space. Leigh was having serious doubts about the entire process. Leah agreed to respect Leigh's boundaries for that night, showing incredible patience and understanding given the circumstances. But she also made her own position very clear. Leah told Leigh that while she was willing to give her space initially, this couldn't continue indefinitely. If Leigh remained distant and refused to work on building any kind of connection, Leah would leave the experiment. This ultimatum put the pressure squarely on Leigh's shoulders. Leah was essentially saying that she came on the show to find love and build a relationship, not to be roommates with someone who couldn't even stand to be in the same room as her. She was willing to be patient, but only to a point. What made Leigh and Leah's wedding particularly difficult to watch was the stark contrast between their reactions. Leah was genuinely excited about the match and ready to put in the work to make it succeed. She showed up with an open heart and positive attitude, exactly what you'd want to see from someone participating in this kind of experiment. Leigh, on the other hand, seemed to shut down the moment she saw Leah. Her lack of attraction was so immediate and obvious that it killed any chance of the relationship developing naturally. While physical attraction isn't everything in a relationship, it's pretty hard to build romantic love when one person is completely turned off by the other from day one. The experts clearly got this match wrong in a big way. They paired someone who was enthusiastic and ready for love with someone who wasn't even willing to try. Leah deserved a partner who would at least give the process a genuine chance, while Leigh probably shouldn't have been matched with anyone if she was going to be this closed off to the possibility of connection. Adding to the drama was the fact that Leigh and Leah were making history as Married at First Sight UK's first lesbian couple. This should have been a celebratory moment for representation and diversity on the show, but instead it became an uncomfortable example of how badly the experts can get it wrong. The pressure of being the first same-sex couple probably made everything more intense. Viewers were rooting for them to succeed and show that love is love, regardless of gender. Instead, they got a masterclass in how not to handle a mismatch. The representation aspect made their failure feel even more disappointing. Leigh and Leah's wedding also highlighted how important it is for the experts to really understand what each participant is looking for. Just because two people are both women doesn't mean they're automatically compatible. The experts seem to focus more on the novelty of creating the first lesbian couple than on whether these two specific women would actually work together. After watching their wedding day unfold, it's hard to imagine how Leigh and Leah could possibly make this work. Leah has already set a clear boundary. She won't stick around if Leigh continues to be distant and uninterested. Leigh has made it equally clear that she's not attracted to Leah and is already regretting her decision to participate. The separate room situation can't continue indefinitely if they want to build any kind of relationship. At some point, Leigh is going to have to decide whether she's willing to give this experiment a real try or if she's going to continue pulling away. Based on her wedding day behaviour, it seems like she's already made up her mind. Leah's ultimatum puts a timeline on things. She's not going to wait around forever for Leigh to warm up to her. If Leigh can't find a way to at least try to connect, Leah will walk away. And honestly, who could blame her? She deserves someone who's excited to be with her, not someone who acts like being married to her is a punishment. This wedding disaster raises serious questions about how the experts make their matches. Did they really think Leigh and Leah were compatible? Or were they more focused on creating television drama and making history with the first lesbian couple? Either way, they failed both women by putting them in this impossible situation. Good matchmaking requires understanding what each person is truly looking for and finding someone who complements those needs. The experts clearly missed the mark here, pairing someone who was ready for love with someone who wasn't even ready to try. That's not just bad television, it's unfair to the real people involved. Leigh and Leah's wedding will probably go down as one of the most uncomfortable in Married at First Sight UK history. What should have been a groundbreaking moment for representation became a painful reminder that even reality TV experts can get it spectacularly wrong. Both women deserved better than this mismatch, and viewers deserved better than watching two people suffer through such an obviously doomed pairing.